Hello and welcome to another match of StarLadder Star Series Season 5, day number 29, and we have got 4FC up against eL'Pride. Quick note before we get the show on the road, we might have a remake after the draft. There is a caster from StarLadder which is not in the game right now because he had some Steam issues. If he fixes it before the draft is over, then we will have a remake after the draft. Anyway. Let's first take a look at these two teams real quickly on the ranking. I say real quick because it doesn't really matter that much for these two teams. Both eL'Pride and 4FC on number 9 and number 10. They are secure for their spot in Star Series next season. But they won't be going to Kiev this season. So, basically, they're fighting for the honor of points. Because 4FC, they can still get ahead on eL'Pride. And we're going to see if they can do that with this match.
Remaining.
So we have got the normal bands with Wisp, Bat, Nyx, and Coddle. And then Darkseer, the first pickup for eL'Pride. We still have, of course, the Gyro, the Nyx, the Magnus, the Rubik, etc. all still in the pool. I know, it's the standard names, it's the standard heroes. And of course, 4FC, they kind of love their Lone Druid as well. So maybe they're going to pick up something like that. I kind of hope that they're going to pick up Lone Druid and Shadow Demon, or Magnus and Shadow Demon, or something with Shadow Demon. Because, if they do, then we might see Kunkka. I have been told that 4FC likes to play Kunkka. Now, I haven't seen them playing that yet, I think, not in the last couple of weeks anyway. But I have been told that they like it, and I kind of want to see it. Not because I'm really a fan of Kunkka or something, but purely because I want to see some different heroes. And I'm sure you will agree with me. Oh, by the way, of course yesterday we had a lot of games for StarLadder as well, and they were all pretty one-sided. And, you know, people were complaining about one-sided matches. But this game is an even game, because they are, like, even on the rankings. I'm really looking forward to this matchup, because it can just be just a match that, you know, is epic. Who knows? Maybe that's this one. Maybe this is gonna be a replay of the week. Maybe a replay of the year? Nah, let's not go that far. But maybe this is going to be an amazing match. Let's hope it is. Because, you know, this is nice. You should always hope that it's matches like that. Anyway, it's Queen of Pain and Chen being the ones that get picked up by 4FC. Magnus therefore picked up by eL'Pride. And we'll see what they pick up together with that. Maybe it's going to be a Rubik to get a support sorted. Like they have already got 2 solo lanes right now. Do they really want to give away which carry they are going to be picking up? And gonna be allowing 4FC to ban out all the supports that they don't want eL'Pride to have? Or do they just want to be picking up a support so they have that one and then still leave all their options for carries open, apart from the ones that are gonna get banned out still, of course. But the other carry wise, we have both teams still needing those, like Queen of Pain and Chen as a jungle hero and a solo lane, of course. So it kind of depends on what 4FC also is gonna pick up, but we'll see first eL'Pride. And the reason why Rubik sometimes gets picked up with Magnus is, of course, to make sure that RP is not going to get stolen, as we saw previous game. That made a pretty huge impact on the game. Very big impact on the game. They're actually taking their time. Is it going to be a support or is it going to be a carry? Or a jungle hero still? I mean, they could pick up the Enchantress. No, Rubik. That. Oh, well. Now 4FC, their choice, same thing. They could pick up solo lane, just to make sure that that's not going to get banned out by eL'Pride. Or they could pick up a carry, to make sure that they can ban out all the carries that they don't want to face. They have, of course, got second pick, so they can't ban out all the carries. They kind of have to leave a couple in just to make sure that they can still get the one that they want to have. Remaining. So picking up a carry now for 4FC would be nice, and Lone Druid would still be very nice for them as well, as they really love to play that one. They could also pick up a support, because if they don't, then of course eL'Pride is going to be having an easy time banning out the supports they don't want to be facing. I know, there's so many options, but they pick up the Luna. So they're going to go for that carry. And they're also going to be saying, you know what, we pick up the Luna right now, so we're going to ban out carries that we don't want to have combined with that Rubik. We still, of course, have the Gyro in as well as the Lifestealer. eL'Pride is going to ban out solo lanes. It is the Broodmother that's first. There goes the Gyro and Lone Druid as expected. And the Lifestealer as expected. And a Bounty Hunter. Solo lanes versus carries. Last carry that we might see ban out is either something like a Phantom Lancer or, you know, anything that they kind of don't want to be facing. Anti-Mage, worst case scenario, but... Oh, Anti-Mage. There we go.
Radiant team pick.
Oh my god. Like I told myself, do not talk about what people in the chat say. But someone in the chat said a message that I find so true that I will say it. Maybe I will win the lottery tomorrow. Let's hope I do.
Clinks.
Please all hope with me. Thank you. Clinks! Oh!
Dire team pick.
This is interesting. Because now all of a sudden they don't need anything else. Because Clinks, Magnus, Darkseer are all solo lanes. And then we've seen aggressive tri lanes with the Darkseer before. And then Clinks on the safe lane. Maybe that's gonna be their way of going through it. Because Clinks doesn't really need anybody to sustain him.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And there goes the Shadow Demon. No surprise there. Luna works great together with the Shadow Demon, of course, because of that disruption. Not now, no. Not because of the disruption, because of the Soul Catcher. Normally I say disruption, but Soul Catcher. Soul Catcher is giving the already bursty damage from the Lucent Beam extra burst damage. Always good. Last pickup for eL'Pride. What's it gonna be, Lion's Pride? Is it gonna be another support?
Remaining.
Are they gonna send the Darkseer in the jungle and therefore needing another
5 seconds
carry?
remaining.
That could be the case.
Reserve
Is it gonna be a jungle hero regardless, like something like an Enigma or an Enchantress still in the pool? Is it gonna be another support like the Lina, Leshrac, or Jakiro? I say all those three heroes because they have got that AoE damage, AoE disable, and they work very well together with the Magnets. Because right now, you've got your RP and your Iron Shell and your Vacuum, that's all nice, but you don't really have a big AoE spell damage to go through after that RP.
Lina.
And hello, Lina. And Light Strike Array and Dragon Slave will definitely help out with that. And of course, there's always one that can take more than others, so there's Laguna Blade, you just pick people off afterwards.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
And it's gonna be 4 FC left. There we go, Brewmaster. Now that wasn't one that I was really expecting. But I like it. Like, they're already up against the Magnus, which has got some pretty big team fight, as well as the Darkseer, of course. And they don't really have that big of team fight for themselves. Now, I do like that they have a Chen, so that every team fight that Lion's Pride throws their way is gonna be healed up, or at least in theory you would think that. But now also with the Brewmaster there, they have got some extra team fight of their own. Of course, they already had the Sonic Wave and Eclipse. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do know that that's there, but it's just not the same. Brewmaster, I mostly count him as a big of a more team fight hero than the other two that I just mentioned, because he has got those disables, and we are gonna be having a remake to let the other caster from StarLadder in. So we will be right back.
10 seconds remaining.
Stay tuned. Dota 2 coming up. I'm actually gonna leave all this in the VOD because it's cool, it's fun. And I'm actually gonna just switch to this one, and I'm gonna let you see how oh god, not again. Okay, I'm gonna switch to this one because I have got the same issue as I had. Oh, never mind, I didn't have an issue. No issue whatsoever. What am I talking about? Hi people in the VOD. Now you see me sometimes. Normally I'm not in the VOD, but this time I am. Fun times. Here. It worked. Yay! So we are having a short remake because, of course, the co-caster for StarLadder TV, which, by the way, is Arsart. He is, of course, pursuing a bit of a casting career right now, or at least is checking out the casting side of things, as he is also going to be casting the, Tech Labs, a Russian tournament in, Russian LAN tournament, I should say. He is going to be casting that. I'm kind of curious, because, you know, I wish I could speak Russian, because I would really like to hear what he has to say. And I mean, most people know him as support Arsart from Na'Vi, but he is had such a long Dota history. Did you know that he shares the title King of Gankers together with Vigos during their Virtus Pro era of 6.6? What am I saying 6 for? Was it 6.43? 6.43/6.48B. That era. That is when it is the era of the Blink Dagger. And it's Arsart that was definitely playing a big role in that, as well as Vigos, of course, and their entire team, because they were on a team together at Virtus Pro at that time. But anyways, so I would really like to hear what they have to say, but unfortunately I don't speak Russian. But we do have I was gonna say we do have everybody complete, but as you can see, since you're in the lobby, etc., apparently Nest's nose is bleeding. That cannot be good. I kind of want to make a stupid joke. To make, like... just bang his head against his keyboard too hard or something. Okay, I made it. I'm bad. My jokes are not even fun. Anyways, we're just still waiting. We're keeping it all on the VOD for now. If this lasts too long, then of course I will be switching around again, and people in the VOD won't need to have to wait and sit through this. So even though normally in the VOD people are saying, game starts then, pause ends then, and it's very nice. Like, I used to think like, oh my god, how annoying, because don't you want to see the draft? Personally, I very much enjoy drafts. But yeah, it's really nice, especially for those long pauses. Come on. Just put a sock in it or something. Can you put a sock in your nose? No. Put a tampon in your nose, that works. You should borrow one from his sister, if he has one. Come on! Yeah, 6.43 till 6.49b. 6.43b. That's that. Cool. The chat agrees with me. Half. Snoop Dogg came over. Is that a go? Can we have a go? Please. Ready? Being called by the admin. Sorry people from the VOD, but if this load goes as flawless, then I'm gonna leave it all in. You're gonna have to listen to me here, like, saying random stuff. We are loading. We should have everybody in the game. So last one being Boomski. There we go. And now only Nestlik ready, and then we can go. And I have to say, like, again, I mean, there's not really that many new heroes in this this game, I'd say. Unfortunately for us. But I do like to see that they both have some team fight potential. Okay, like, normally you see, like, one has Magnus, the other one doesn't, so one will try to avoid team fights, the other will try to take him. But now you actually have got both teams that would be okay with taking team fights. With the Brewmaster ulti, he's gonna look for kills the moment he gets level 6. He's gonna try to go for that. And of course the thing about 4FC's lineup is they have a heavy mid lane lineup, mid game lineup. And they're gonna try to shut down that Klinks, I think. Or, well, they have two options. Either you shut down Klinks and you make sure there's not gonna be an issue later on in the game, or you take the game before it gets too late, before that Klinks gets too dangerous. And there we go. Boom. So let's see who's playing what. For 4FC, we have on the dire side Boomski playing the Chen, Strangby playing the Luna Krilly on the Brewmaster, Puz coming out from eL'Pride. We've got Nose on the Queen of Pain, Ares Loco on the Shadow Demon. And on the Radiant side, we've got eL'Pride preparing for battle as well. We've got Nestlik playing the Darkseer. No longer as a support, he played no longer as a stand-in, he played as a stand-in earlier. The same thing goes for Riku. Riku has been playing as a stand-in for a while, but he's going to be playing the Lina this game. And I'm quite surprised to see that Riku has been the player that has been going mid for a long time. So, this cannot be a mid... Oh my god. Oh my god! I like it! Let us have a mid Lina! We're going for no talisman as a first item on a Lina. Oh my god. And Hakon. Gonna be playing the Magnus. Massacre on the Klinks. And Nistlik will then be going into the jungle perhaps, with the Rubik being the support. He played by the stand-in Sedan. But are we gonna have a solo mid Lina? I would like it. It's not gonna be easy though, because she's gonna be up against the Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain is one of those solo mids that is just very, very difficult to beat. Normally you just have to accept that you can't beat the Queen of Pain. And just try to make the best of it regardless.
30 seconds to battle.
She's get pulled some like, I see that she picked up a no talisman and regen. I see that she's being played by the solo mid from eL'Pride. And oh my god, I restarted Dota, so my camera movement is sucky. Oh, that also means that my microphone is not good anymore. I had to restart Dota because there were some issues with Steam. So sorry for people inside the game client. You should be able to hear me properly now. I wouldn't have switched to the to the settings screen without, well, just for the camera movement, but I did do it for the voiceover, because I do think that people inside the game client should be knowing that. And we are gonna see solo mid Lina. I like it. I like it. I have been saying I want to see something different. Well, this is something different. So Magnus still on the solo top lane. We still have these two roaming around. Will be Android or Nestlik, who's gonna be in the jungle. It's gonna be tough though. She's gonna have is she having enough regen to live through Nose? Nose, who picked up a blink dagger or blink first, so no harassment yet for the Shadow Strike. Sadan coming in, going for a dual lane mid. Gonna be able to harass Nose already and place the ward, so the vision is there.
Denied.
And I like it. I like it. Oh Magnus, what you doing there? Walking past the bushes, can be doing that well. So we have a solo laning Massacre on the bottom lane. He's gonna be up against just a solo laning Brewmaster, so he will be fine. Brewmaster in the meantime will be getting the levels, so that's also good for him. That he's not against a tri-lane there. Okay, I will stop being giddy like you know, over the Lina solo mid. You know, to say something that's working against Riku on his Lina right now is he doesn't have any items on the Lina, I think. Nope. Lame. There we go. See? Countered that again. And this is a tough lane for Nose all of a sudden. But the thing is... Oh, wait a second, Magnus. What you gonna do, Skewer? Taking Ares Local with him, but there's the disruption. Here comes the Lucent Beam as well. The block is not there, but there is enough burst damage to take him down. Should be enough burst damage, unless... Oh, well, yeah, there should be Salve. It's gonna be helping out. Strang be taking a lot of damage from the tower, actually, still. First blood goes to the Luna still. She's getting locked in by creep, so TP incoming as well. This is the Magnus. Wants to be there again. Gonna be able to score in 9 seconds again. Looks like he's not gonna be able to do anything though. There goes the Salve helping Lina out, and Ares Loco pops his own Salve as well. For first blood goes to 4FC without really any repercussions. Nose is gonna be forced to blink away, but gets stunned off first. There won't be enough damage to take him down. So what I was saying earlier, is that this mid lane, like, as long as Nose doesn't die, he is gonna be okay. He might not be getting the last hits that he was before, but he is gonna get the levels, and he is gonna also make sure that Lina is not getting that many fast levels, and Lina is the one to actually take the farm in the mid lane. I like it. The harassment keeps coming out though. Riku is really making sure that Nose is feeling feeling the flames continuously. I don't know, that was a Dutch saying that I tried to say, but it didn't really work out. So, Massacre is on 11 for 6. It is gonna be Curly, who's on 5 for 1. Still fairly decent. The thing is about Brewmaster, of course, like I said, he is gonna get the levels. And I think that's gonna be all that matters for him, as the counter word came out from 4FC. And that's gonna be the Chen helping out in the middle lane. And Nose feeling a bit more confident and coming in close. Knowing that the telekinesis can't come from the low ground anymore, or at least not that much, not when he's not visible, when he's on the high ground and he's not attacking, that is. If there's no vision. Wow. Bar from the ward, if that wasn't clear. Well, let's see if Curly is going to be able to stay alive when Nestle comes here also, with an Ice Shell level 3. He has got, of course, a surge. He might be able to just chase him down to death. But he is going to be having to dive a tower for that. Clap lands, and that's going to be Leslie backing off for that one. But it's something that that really has to be careful about, because there is a jungling Darkseer, and he can just pop up anytime he wants to. And there's no wards for the dire side in the bottom lane at all. He has to do it all by himself. In the meantime, Alina is on 22 for 3 with Nose being on 7 for 1. So I guess this is actually working out just fine for eL'Pride. It's working out just fine indeed. Got herself some boots. Not gonna go for a bottle though. Still has one clarity. Nose level 4, Lina level 4, so level wise we do see Nose getting a bit better experience than Riku has, as Riku of course has to share it a bit. While Nose can take it all for himself. But it is not that big of a difference that it would be really worrisome. Hakon on Meet level 2. Now that is worrisome, because he has his counterpart. Wait a second, Queen of Pain. Nice, he's fine. That was the telekinesis and the Light Strike Array again combination. And when Lina is level 6, Queen of Pain is gonna feel that, I think. But yeah, there of course the level 2 upon Hakon, who's now gonna get level 3, is gonna be getting some more levels by the lane that pushes in towards him. But he can be compared to the Brewmaster. Brewmaster is actually already level 4, so he is getting ahead compared to his other long lane counterpart. I have to say though, he's not getting as much experience as I thought he would. He's still being very careful. With this Darkseer still roaming around, he's not really comfortable at going into experience range near to the Tower of Massacre anymore. In the meantime, Rubik is rotating towards the top lane, so Riku is going to be playing a bit more safe as well. Level 5 on the Queen of Pain. There's almost a level difference now, and this is starting to get dangerous, because Queen of Pain, when she's level 6, now sometimes they don't pick up the Sonic Wave right away, because they feel like they will be only using it like around level 8 anyway, so I pick it up earlier. But in this situation, Lina is a fairly squishy hero. She did go for a bottle in the end, by the way. Lina is a very squishy hero, so a Sonic Wave and a Scream might actually pop her, and that's gonna be a Nose maybe looking to go for that. He is almost level 6, so when he goes for that, we'll see what he wants to do. Because I think that if he is level 6 and he does go for a Sonic Wave, we'll be having some action, as Riku are gonna be picking up the Invis rune. There is a ward here for the dire side, so they did see that. And they're gonna have to be careful. Lina almost level 6 as well now. And the sentry ward was already there. Play Soul Catcher. And that's gonna be Riku going down. Eclipse going down as well. Hakon cannot get away. One more hit. No, he is getting away. 44 HP. Buyback from the Lina. TP's back into the top lane looking for a kill. Perhaps. Dragon Slave cleans out a creep. And that's still not level 6 though. But that is just, you know, good anticipation. They pretended like they didn't see that. They knew that she was coming. Sentry ward. And that's going to be Nestlik taking over the middle lane for now, knowing that there wasn't anybody there, so he might as well pick up the experience. And he did pick up the Sonic Wave up on the Nose, so we'll see if he's going to be able to take care of Lina with that one. Lina, who now is level 6. So we'll be able to land that Laguna Blade properly. As we'll see if she gets an opportunity to get a kill with that one. A bit unfortunate for her to assume that top lane was not safe. I mean, You can always take a look at the inventory, of course, if you're Hakon. Maybe Hakon should have warned her about that, but you don't know. $23 for 5 now up on the Queen of Pain, with Riku being $42 for 7. So the difference is still definitely there. And I'm actually popping up the net worth because with Lina going down now and 3 kills going the way of 4FC, well, seemingly their middle lane and their bottom lane is won by eL'Pride. We see a bit more clear the picture with the net worth. Yeah, I know English is hard. Luna is actually highest on top of that list. She, of course, has got 2 kills. She's been involved in all 3 kills, and she's also been free farming, so her last hits are definitely decent as well. The 2 second though are from eL'Pride. Now, one thing that I do have to note is, of course, I mean, you have got Lina, who is one of the farmer for eL'Pride, and she doesn't have the bestest of carry potential. She does have some, I guess, with a lot of burst damage, with a lot of last hit potential with the Laguna Blade, but it is not going to be easy for her to live up to a Luna carry potential if it comes to that. Or Queen of Pain for that matter. She's not as mobile. That's why Lina is has one of his recommended items is a Blink Dagger. Queen of Pain already has a built-in Blink, so basically saves herself 2,150 gold. We're gonna see if Riku is gonna spend that gold on that Blink Dagger though, to be on even ground with the Queen of Pain. Well, slightly even ground, of course. I mean, you have still the interruption for the Blink Dagger from damage, while Queen of Pain can always blink, kinda, if it's off cooldown. And it looks like we might see some help again from eL'Pride on the mid lane, or at least I think that the Rubik should be coming again, because I mean they have been able to catch out Nose with the telekinesis and the Dragon Slave and Light Strike Array, but they didn't have Surge Away. They didn't have the Laguna Blade then, and they do have it now. Lina actually TPing towards bottom. They want to fight this. They do have no RP yet though, and that's gonna be the Magnus going down. I'm not sure what he was thinking. It was a bit of an awkward move by him. And Lina, I mean, just sitting around, thinking, well, what was that? I'll go back to my mid lane where I came from, because that's the place where I actually get some farm. And that was just a bit of wasted time for eL'Pride, not for 4FC, of course. I mean, they got a tower and they got a kill. And they didn't even get the tower denied. Nope. It was Luna that got the kill and the tower. She is really pulling ahead here. Has Massacre has his first Orchid complete, so we'll be going for that, first Oblivion stuff, so we'll be going for that Orchid. But so far, not yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm kind of wondering, like, can a Klinks pick up? I think he actually can. Like, he is behind now on the Lina. Lina's got herself a tower and she got herself kills. She's got herself 2 kills, and she's been Luna. I mean, 3 kills even, and she's been involved in all 4. Brewmaster, be harassed away. But can Massacre get himself on par with that Luna? With Luna being ahead by like that, we do see her. I mean, that's very close. It's only 400 gold. That's really no trouble for them. But still, it's making me wonder if it's gonna be enough with that big Luna on the map. Oh my God, Luna. Sometimes they're on the same team, sometimes they're on different teams. On different teams is apparently more hard than on the same teams. Let's see if Lina can do something here, because Krilly came back. But it's tough to get Krilly right now, because you're just going to be forcing out his ultimate. Here's Loco standing around as well, so should they go on Krilly, there will be a disruption after which Krilly can actually split. So there's no shutdown, or at least not too much. Nose coming in with an Invis rune. And that's going to be everybody of eL'Pride backing up, realizing that something was wrong. We do have a reverse polarity up on the Magnus though. And he is looking probably to use it fairly soon. Gonna be able to pick up some mana boots first. 1 gold. Boom! He's gonna continue going to stop Massacre. Trouble. We're being placed. They have got a lot of Centaurs there as well. Of course, Disruption works out great with Centaurs. And they also have Dust, so if they catch out Massacre with the Disruption, he's basically dead. Centaurs to stun. Fate Bolts going through. And of course, Sonic Wave over the top as well. There's the Disruption. Here comes a stun from the Centaurs, and the Dust, and everything. Not even a Sonic Wave needed. That kill for Ares Loco. Split even being used slightly over well, maybe not. Maybe they can kill off more. Rubik gonna get stunned up and gonna be going down. Nose picking up the kill this time. And Nose not even needing to use that much mana, just standing around. Tower gets traded by the tower mid. Tier 1 tower dying on both sides. We do have the towers are in favor of 4FC, of course. So they're one tower in favor, as the top tier 1 tower on the side of eL'Pride is already down. Rotation comes from Nose to go back to the mid lane to continue her farm. We do have the gold graph going away of 4FC. It's not that much though. I mean, it can be contributed to towers and of course 6 kills difference. But it doesn't feel like it's 6 kills difference. I mean, it feels way more even. Experience graph is going to be in favor of 4FC as well. And I feel like eL'Pride is only now reaching their kill potential. With the Laguna Blade, with the reverse polarity. The only thing they need is timing. And actually the opportunity to get that RP off with everybody around there. Because their team fight potential is definitely big. Orchid is not yet up on the killings. And when he has that, he will be having a lot more killing potential as well. And we'll see him roaming around the map trying to go for heroes like the Chen and Ares Loco on a Shadow Demon. Maybe even the Luna if he can silence her in time. I mean, she's a fairly squishy hero. Rubik, what you doing there, buddy? And try to run himself away. He comes a blink forward, Nose, and that's a kill. You can't expect to escape as a level 6 Rubik against level 9s from your opponent team. Level 9s and level 10s, excuse me. It's just too much burst damage, and the Test of Faith just proved that. Krili doesn't have a split. I think they know that. They do have still the RP though. Sorry. Request from the chat to go to the last hit in the nice. If I press the right button, there we go. I did that. It's no real surprise. Normally I sit on the net worth here because it's a bit more important than last hits in a nice Lina trouble. He's gonna get a clapper in her face and a crit, and that's gonna be a kill. Skewer in. Is he gonna go for that RP? No, he is not. Not when there wouldn't be any damage to go through. He wouldn't have been able to get that kill, I think. He's just too tanky at this stage. And still having 10 stick charges as well, helping out, of course. Massacre was in some trouble. If he was spotted out there. But he is gonna be fine. Still farming. Still needs that Orchid. 14 minutes in, is not doing that bad. He's doing definitely well on last hits and a nice, but as I said, I mean, sorry, that's the last hit and a nice, but with all these jungle creeps going down as well, it's just not as important as the net worth is at this stage. With the Luna pulling ahead, even though her last hits are not the highest. But it's gonna be the Luna who has got her drums complete, has got 2600 gold in her inventory, and has got her power treads, of course, as well. After those kills on the top lane, though, she has not been involved in anything. She's just been farming. As Kling's gets himself a tower on the bottom lane. So that is gonna be the towers, even for just a short period of time, because 4FC is gonna make sure it's gonna be in their favor again, unless they're not gonna be able to take this fight. Hand of God helping out. Vacuum in. Where is the RP? There it is. Or not. Or Magnus goes down. Eclipse going through. Doesn't matter. Lina already down. Buys herself back. Needs to be here. Still no kill going through. There is the RP, but it only hits on the Luna, and there's no follow-up because everybody was already dead. Riku, is he gonna die again? He actually picked up the first kill for eL'Pride right now, but dies for it. And that is not worth buying back for. Picking up a kill on the Chen, who already used his Hand of God, and 4FC. They're just able to profit from the mistakes that eL'Pride just made, because it were big mistakes. I mean, you saw what they were trying to do, but it was just a bit too slow. They weren't on the ball enough. It felt like they had to really discuss what they were going to do instead of knowing what they were going to do.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And that is something that time that it just didn't have. You have to get that RP in before Krili splits.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And that's going to be 4FC picking up 2 towers in a row. And pulling up further ahead on the gold graph, as well as the tower graph, as well as the experience graph. But that's going to be about 5k, even more in their favor. With the experience also going their way. Looking good for them right now. I do think that if the game lasts long enough, if this guy can pick up, he has Orchid, he should be starting to do that right now. If he can pick up a couple of kills, or at least keep the pressure on, we might see a change of pace in the game. But it will be tough for him, because right now he is fairly far behind. Actually, he goes for Nose. Nose pops a double damage rune. He's being forced away by the Orchid. And it's gonna be Massacre who's gonna be running himself away right after this. He's not even gonna continue going for the tower. It's too risky. Even though he does have support coming for him. With a Telekinesis and a Light Striker Ray and a Laguna Blade. Can they take that Queen of Pain down is the question. Who is, by the way, going for a Aghanims. Eats himself a creep. Comes back to the lane. No, still sitting around his tower. And here comes the Chen. They're gonna go for him first. But, oh, Riku. Why you AFK, dude? And there's a pause. And oh, that's why. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the worst disconnect in the history of time. One timely stun could have gotten a kill on the Chen, I think. And he was just standing there. And the TP is already coming in from the Brewmaster. They are ready to take this fight. I do think that they realize that TP is incoming though, so maybe it's actually working for them, this disconnect. And they're gonna be backing off straight away. But let's see. On pause goes again. And they're actually gonna telekinesis up a Queen of Pain. Here comes the Light Striker Ray. And that's gonna be no, it's not going down because the mechanism was there. The nose stays alive. And here comes Grilly. He blinked himself in. It's gonna be Satan that goes down. Riku, what you gonna do? Klink's already destroyed that tower. And she is just on the run for her life. Gonna do what she can before going down. But I think down she goes regardless. Even the Hand of God still helping out of Riku. No hope for him.
Breaks.
Oh, that was what's the sound? It's in the game. It is in the game. Did this sound? Help! Why am I hearing a game? That is so awkward. You heard it too. I even heard a Queen of Pain shout, but that was actually a shout. Yeah, she actually shouted. Wow, that was... sorry, I was just totally brought off my game right there. But that's Queen of Pain, picked up. That's the second kill for eL'Pride. Massacre Orchid MVP. Wow. I thought it was something on the back end of my I don't know, of a different of a website or something, but no, it was just Dota 2 music. The lane, I guess, lane music. I don't know. Anyways, game goes on. Ah, yes. Oh god, at least I'm not the only one. Loud. Oh god, disruption. Loud. There's gonna be Klinks. He was the only one there. Sorry, my bad. But, you know, that wasn't really a surprise that he went down there. Ha. Okay, Lena, you're dead. I'm not sure what she's thinking she can do here. She still lands a nice stun, but she needs her team. Like, that's the thing about Alina. She's not survivable. She can't tank the damage these people can throw at her. And she is burst potential, that's for sure. But she needs to have, like, a Rubik with her or something to hold the person in place just to begin with. Just to get the stun off to begin with. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, the push continues. And there's really nothing that eL'Pride can do this apart from maybe trying to take something in return. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one that had that. I was thinking I guess I screwed up the cast still a bit. See, this is the music. It was just turned very loud for a second. Oh, Toby had it too. Good. That means that it's like global. Everybody heard the sound. Okay, so Roshan taken down. 4FC. Let's move on. 4FC is gonna be taking the Roshan, and I mean they're already got a good spot, so it's really coming down to eL'Pride. Still getting there. Like, they have got this great potential, right? I said it at the start. You've got your RP, followed up by Light Striker Rays, Dragon Slaves, vacuums into Darkseer Wolves and Iron Shells and all that burst damage, Fate Bolts, and then you have Klinks and Lina to pick things up with Laguna Blade and just fire arrows. But they have to actually get that off. And that's gonna be tough. They do have a blink dagger now though. Hakon is gonna be able to initiate better with that. But look at 4FC, like they're not even worried about pushing anymore or anything like that. They're just gonna pick heroes off as they come because they are coming. Oh, Dust! They know he's there! And that's gonna be Massacre, Demonic Purge. Here comes Hakon trying to help out, gets an RP upon 2 Massacres, TPing out, Hakon TPing out, it should be enough. No! The disruption! Hakon, Skewer to the low ground, takes with him though the Brewmaster. Shadow Strike from Nose blinking after, and Hakon will be going down. He did of course save the life of Massacre, but was that worth it? Using an RP for that? I'm not sure if that was worth it, but well, you know, nothing you can do about it now anymore. BKB ready up on Strangby and 4k gold in his inventory. What is he gonna go for next? Is it gonna be a Satanic or a Butterfly? He just walks up there knowing that Massacre is right there. And Massacre is not even saying anything about it, as in he's just letting him pass. Can't do anything anyway. Let's see if 4FC can make their way into the tier 3. Because that's gonna be their goal. They know that the RP is still on cooldown for another minute because of course it was used just now. So that's basically their biggest threat. And for now, they're not gonna be with that threat, so they can just push. Lucent Beams getting exchanged from the Rubik and the Luna. Dragon Slayers trying to push the lane back out. Gent creeps actually go down. And here comes the new wave of creeps, and it should be another chunk of damage being done to the tower, and even the bouncing blades, they hit them. Whoa! That was a lot of damage being done to the Luna. The Hand of God is still there. It looks like Boomski doesn't want to use it though. Of course the Aegis is still there as well. Rather just save it. As Massacre, he could actually come close right now, but do they have a gem? I don't think they do. Nope. Massacre, you could just pick that off if you wanted to. If he felt safe to go in, which apparently he doesn't. It's gonna be Luna that gets sent back to base though, Central Ward being placed. And the BKB for the Chen ready as well. We have a pause for the Riku. Aghanims being built by Boomski. I thought the Aghanims was being built by Queen of Pain as well. Might still be the one that she is gonna go for. Just to burst out her Sonic Wave a bit more, but she went for BKB first, mainly because she knows that eL'Pride, their chance to get back into this game, because, you know, right now it's 4FC's game. But if eL'Pride wants to get back into this game, then they need to get that RP going. Now, of course, BKB doesn't do anything against RP, but she will be able to survive through all that damage. From like I said, the Light Strike Array and the Fate Bolt and everything. She will be able to sustain that one, so she will be able to survive the RP if she gets in it, and then she can just continue cleaning out heroes on the opposing team, with or without Aghanims, which is probably still going to be next. And we do have a go again. In the meantime, Strangby still not picking up anything with that 4.1k gold. 4.2 almost. And smoke up for eL'Pride going towards the top lane. Gonna be using Massacre as bait. But we can see the minimap and we see that 4FC they're not even worried about Massacre farming. They're just gonna go middle and gonna go pushing, gonna be forcing everybody back to their base. And then this is just wasted time from eL'Pride. Basically that. Lena picked herself up a point booster as well. She's gonna TP back to base first. Gonna be going for an Aghanims most likely. Who knows if that's gonna be able to help. But here comes 4FC. That's already a creep wave being cleaned out. Again, Lucent Beams being exchanged. Sentry Ward up in case Massacre shows himself. There is a net standing around, as in the Dark Troll. The army just standing and waiting. Waiting for someone to go in first. Tornado is gonna be already up on the high ground. They do of course have that blink initiation from the Brewmaster, so they could try to go for it. They still have the Aegis. They could just say, you know what, let's go for it and we'll try and see how far we get. And if it doesn't work, we still have our tier 2s and I don't think that eL'Pride can do anything with it. But do you really want to give your opponent a chance? They actually split already. And they're just gonna go for the tier 3s. And the barracks. Hello. Your barracks are going down,
Radiant
dudes.
structures are
Fortifications. They need
fortified.
Hakon with that
Is
RP.
under attack.
But they also need to wait until the Brewmaster is back again. Nice. Chen Screams being eaten, giving Massacre tons of HPs. Using Beam, helping out. Vacuum into RP! And that's gonna be End of God helping out, but Eris Loco, he still goes down. Laguna Blade up on a Hakon. And he goes down. And how is that Laguna Blade up on a Hakon? That didn't happen. It's Aegis goes down as well. And it's gonna be an Eclipse by Strangby. He's taking a lot of damage while he does so though. Massacre, he can just stand there and hit stuff. He might be able to kill off Nose. Nose is forced to blink away. Now Massacre forced to run away and he can't. Because Strangby just picks him off. Grilly taking a lot of damage and it's gonna make his Tranquil Boost work for him. Here comes Nose and that's gonna be able to help clean out the Darkseer. 4 dead on the side of eL'Pride, 1 dead on the side of 4FC. Though everybody's really low. Like the potential, like we said, the potential's definitely there for eL'Pride and their barracks still stand. It is just difficult and of course, in case you didn't know, like eating a creep from the Chen for the Clinks is really useful because the Clinks, he gets more damage based on the AP of the creep that he eats. And Chen's creeps have more HP than normal creeps because they just get added when he transfers them. So it was really nice and it really helped them a lot in that fight. But they were only able to get 1 kill out of that. They got everybody very low, but the focus was a bit lacking. It was a good RP, hit only 2, but still decent. And of course Eris Loco went down, but then again he is a support. And that's just the healing potential from the Chen doing the works. As I said, you have the Chen to heal up the team fight potential of eL'Pride. And he definitely did that. It looks like 4FC has decided to farm a bit more. Quite surprised about that. Smoke up for eL'Pride. They're gonna try to go for something. We see it drawing on the minimap, gonna go towards the top lane. Now the thing is, right now 4FC, I mean, they kind of won that fight, of course, based on numbers, but they still went very low. And it was kind of scary for them to be in a position where the Aegis just got taken away and they could have actually lost a lot more than just their Shadow Demon. So it is definitely something that they are probably going to be wary about. They're going to be fighting here. Grilly, Silence Stop, Light Strike Array, and that is a dead panda with a gem on the floor. Eris Loco going to be next, going to be vacuumed in, but it's going to be able to be saved. Massacre popped his BKB for that one. Central Ward goes down from 4FC. And it's gonna be Nestling that's getting locked inside in a snare and gets picked off by Nose. RP up on Strangby and the creeps. It is gonna be a Laguna Blade up on Eris Loco, who is gonna try to do something, gonna disrupt to try and help Massacre out of the fight. But Massacre, he is dead anyway, doesn't matter. Ultra kill for Nose. And that is only the Brewmaster for 5 again. They managed to pick up 1, but they lose so much in return. And they can't go for these kind of fights. Not when they're not the ones to initiate. Not when there are so many people around there. Because on pure force, 4FC right now is so much ahead. Like, take a look at those levels. Level 18 up on the Luna, and then up against level 9s and level 12s and 13. That goes so fast. That is so much burst damage coming out. It's too much. It is just too much. Just like we see that the damage right now on the buildings is too much with the bouncing blades, of course, going through. And the buybacks were there, but what can they do? They still need to have that perfect RP. And we've seen good RPs. Good RPs right now are 2 or 3 or something. But right now it's that's all that they can have. Sonic Wave kind of whiffs. Mechanism tried to help out. Boomski actually might be going down here. 1 more hit from the tower, and he stays alive with 5 HP because, you know, 5 HP is really logical. It's a shame he can't send himself back to base. It's a shame this Chen creep didn't try to kill him, because that might actually be able to do the job. But they do hold out their top lane, but they lose their mid lane. I mean, 4FC, they are so far ahead in this game right now. It's very hard for eL'Pride to come back with this without a perfect RP. It's a lot of pressure that they put on Hakon with that, but they don't have any other option. If they don't have the Shadow Demon in the RP, Shadow Demon will be able to save someone. If they don't have the Luna in the RP, she will be able to burst someone down. If they don't have the Chen in the RP, he'll be able to heal everything up. If they don't have the Brewmaster, he'll be able to split and create chaos in the fight. And if you don't have Nose in the RP, he'll be able to kill everybody, because that's what he does. It is 4FC's game to throw, though. Like I said, that RP is only gonna happen if Nose or if 4FC allows it to happen. If they have their positioning screwed up, if they're gonna be in a position where they are indeed all 5 gonna get vacuumed and RP'd. I mean, the vacuum is gonna be helping eL'Pride for sure, but they need to get 5 people. It's that simple. $4.7k gold up on Strain B, and he's gonna go for the Roshan. Wants to get his ages back. That should be no problem, because what can eL'Pride do here, really? Nothing. Nothing at all. And they know that too. They're gonna try to take the time to farm a bit. Lina has managed to get herself a Blink Dagger, as we knew that she was gonna get it, but I mean, it's a bit late. That was an Aghanims up on the Chen, by the way, so he can just spam out his heal every 30 seconds.
Top tower is under attack.
I think these two are going to be having a bit of trouble. Hello. And bye. Oh, nice. TP out BKB. Now Riku on the run. Doesn't have a BKB, but does have a Blink. Oh my god, that's a wasted split. Nice job. I was not expecting them to be able to get out, but they were kind of confident they would, and rightfully so. And that's gonna mean that the Brewmaster doesn't have a split for another 2 minutes. He does have an Aghanims, of course, so it does go a bit faster, but still 2 minutes is quite a long time. And eL'Pride can probably have those 2 minutes just to farm, and they kind of want that time. They want Massacre to get a bit of extra HP. By the way, that was well, it's not the first charge. It was the 3rd charge of the BKB. This is gonna be putting that BKB on cooldown, of course, but it should be up again by the next time there is a fight. And there is gonna be the item that Luna built. It is gonna be the Butterfly. Smoke up for eL'Pride once again. We see the minimap, they don't. We see that they're not going to be able to find anybody. Maybe, well, Eris Loco. But that's not the catch that you want to have. And Eris Loco is the one with the gem in the inventory also. Wouldn't be too bad, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just waiting for someone to go in. Well, Massacre is picking up the tier 2 tower.
Has been killed.
And that was a Radiant Courier being killed right there, so they know that they're there. They're ready for the fight. All of a sudden, eL'Pride is like a mouse in a trap. Vacuum into RP, still hits on 2. Scorer also. Those 2 getting healed up though. Hand of God helping out as well as the mechanism. Sonic Wave going through. It is on a silent. That Nose is just bashing on people, able to pick up the Rubik. It is Glings that goes down, Neslik that goes down. And it's gonna be Illusions that goes down as well, as we do see Lina just still being picked up. And the last one alive is the Magnus, who was able to TP himself to base, but GG's are cold. It is too much for eL'Pride to take, and they're gonna be out of this, as we do have a connection problem with Steam. Well, right on time, I'd say. There we go, connection problem done again. So we are gonna have another game coming up right next after this game. And there's gonna be a match between Absolute Legends and Foda for the StarLadder. The match number 3 it will be for the 4 games that are there today.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And we'll see if that's a bit more even game. We have not had that many even games. And these last days of StarLadder have just been a bit not so even, unfortunately. We're gonna hope that it picks up. And by the way, I keep saying that Mouse Sports vs Pro is still a good match to come, and it got postponed again. It's now actually on a Monday, the last match of StarLadder group stages. Monday around 6 or 7, if I'm correct. So that is going to be the last game for Star Series StarLadder, and it's also going to be the game that decides who's going to be going to Kiev. So anyway, stick around for Foda vs Absolute Legends. Don't go anywhere. Another game of Dota 2 coming up. Oh yeah, and follow me on Twitter.com/SheeverGaming. Thank you. Bye.